Hello there, welcome to Chipola College TV. I'm Royce Reagan. I'm here with some folks of some information that you need to know, especially if you have children who are going to go to college. And I have with me three of the people in the SSS department, if that's what we call it. And they're going to talk about that a little bit. I have the director here, and who is our director?
The director is Christy Mosley.
Christy Mosley. How are you doing, Christy?
I'm doing outstanding.
What is SSS?
SSS stands for Student Support Services. It is a federally funded grant under the United States Department of Education. There is a total of 8 programs that fall up under TRIO programs. Chipola College actually has 2 of the 8 programs. One is Talent Search, which serves grades 6 through 12.
What does that do?
They actually go out into our area high schools and provide different services to our students to ensure that they actually transition from the high school into college. And then there is Student Support Services. We pick up where Talent Search actually leaves off. And we serve at least 100 of the 40 students that are here at Chipola College's campus. And what we do is we actually prepare them or give them the necessary resources, number one, for them to obtain their AA degree, and then to make a smooth transition into a university program.
Well, I've got some dollar marks written on my research here.
Oh, by all means.
What is that for, the dollar marks?
Well, the dollar marks, I mean, it takes dollars to move any and everything. And so Chipola was recently awarded $1.1 million to make this project a reality. And so we are very, very happy, and we have a team of great students that actually work with us, and we just actually have so many different resources that are actually available for them.
You're smiling all the time?
Yes, I'm always smiling because I have listen, I have a passion for what we do. I have a great team, my staff members as well, so as the students, and so we enjoy what we do.
How long have we been using this program?
Okay, initially Chipola received their first Student Support Services grant back in 2010, and then we served throughout that 5 years, and so we were just recently awarded another 5 years.
That's why you're smiling.
Yes, honey, dollars.
Very good.
Dollars.
All right, now this is Jock.
Nice to meet you.
How you doing, bud?
I'm good.
All right, now, what actually, I've actually videoed you speaking before, but
Yes.
what services do you actually provide to students in this department?
Well, as Chrissy just mentioned, the money is what provides the services and provides the resources for our students. We have several things that we're able to do through SSS. One of the major components is the academic advising, and that's one of my primary objectives, is provide one-on-one advising for our students. Throughout the year, bringing them in early and talking to them, making sure that their academic priorities match up with what they want to do in the workforce later on. One example I always give is if you want to be a medical student, we probably don't need to be taking culinary classes, and vice versa. Want to make sure that what your passion is based on and followed up with what your classes reflect.
Well, you say you're advising, not counseling, but advising.
Mm-hmm.
And we've had to work on those word definitions because we don't want somebody to think we're going to tell them what to do.
That's right.
We're going to find what they want to do.
That's right.
Then go, well, now, we have on our campus an ACE lab, and I see a lot of those students in there. Talk about the ACE lab.
The ACE lab is another one of the resources that SSS helps to provide to all Chipola students, not just SSS students. A lot of the funding that comes from our grant program goes to provide anything from the electricity to paying the tutors and staff and the other resources, the computers and technology that is located in that facility.
Who are the tutors?
The tutors are actually peer tutors. Some of the tutors...
That means they're other students.
There are other
Okay,
students
Yes.
that have taken those classes before.
Yeah.
They may even be in the class with the other students at that time. But they normally have a higher academic understanding, maybe honor students.
Or they're not like us old folks. They can get on their level
That's
to
right.
explain it.
That's right.
As a school teacher of a long time, I would try sometimes to explain something, and I'd say, that's the only 3 ways I know to do it. And some kid will always raise their hand and say, Mr. Reagan, you're making it too complicated. It's tell us what you're going to tell us. Tell us what you told us. And you've got your essay. And that is it. And there's a lot of times the students, and I've been in that ACE lab many times, and there's a kid up there working, and they're arguing a little bit to make it work. I mean, it's just fun to watch it work. Well, how are we doing success-wise? What do you think?
We're doing very well. Our program has one of the highest retention rates on campus, and a lot of that going back to the difference in advising and counseling goes back to when our students come in, they may be the first ones in their family that have attended college, and so they may not necessarily know the resources that are available to them. What I always say is they don't know what questions to ask. They don't know what they don't know. And so we try to help prepare them and line everything up, make sure your financial aid packet is complete, admission packet is complete, and then these are the courses you need to take to be successful. In addition to the academic advising proponent, we also have workshops throughout the year that helps them as they prepare to transition into the workforce with resume building, financial planning, business and career day, transfer day. We bring a lot of other colleges onto campus, University of Florida, University of West Florida, Florida State, all your major universities.
Troy, now don't leave
Troy,
out school.
Don't want to leave out Troy.
FAMU.
Bring everybody that we can.
West Florida.
West Florida, as I mentioned earlier. As many of them as we can on campus so that our students don't have to go off to see and talk to somebody about admissions. They can come to our campus and see them one-on-one.
Well, I videoed you when you did the orientations. I thought we taught orientation to every student. What's the difference in your orientation and the orientation for the masses?
The orientation that we do for our SSS program is more centrally about our program. There's certain things in our program that we're able to talk about because we're funded through our grant, and we can talk about our resources.
Right.
As we talked about at that orientation, some of the information that we covered there would be good to be covered in the regular orientation class.
I called Dr. Roberts and I said, we need to be using some of this, and she said, well, we're using some of it.
That's
but
right.
She said they're considering that on-course thing, just going ahead and using it in that part of the orientation.
And the on-course, as you just mentioned, on-course seminars, we do about 4 to 6 of those each year, and those are actually led by Professor Kurt McInnes here, one of the English professors on campus, and he did an amazing job, and we do appreciate you coming out and recording that.
Well, I also, this is Donna Chandler. How you doing, Donna?
I'm good, Royce.
Well, now, y'all put them into the community and build some bridges between them and the community. Why do we want to do that, and what are some of those activities that y'all do?
Well, we, a couple of years ago, decided through SSS, we formed a club, Trio Society. When we were talking about doing this club, Christy and I both agreed we wanted to give back to the community. We feel community service is so important. Many of these students have needed help along the way. I know I have. And to me, that makes you sort of one of the better people to help and give back, because you know how much those people need, what you're asking to do. So we started this club the first year. You know, always is a little slow going. Last year, they were just off the charts. We volunteered with Game On Backpack for Kids. Everybody had a blast. We did that again this year, and we had a record number of our volunteers show up, which was amazing. And, you know, they all had a wonderful time. They realized it's a good thing to be doing. And we volunteered last year, and we're going to again this year with Mirren and Mistletoe for Covenant Hospice. We're going to help next year. It's up and coming, an Autism 5K next April, hopefully doing a color run. And so there's just, we want our students, if they didn't already realize, they are realizing that it is a wonderful thing to give back. We offer a welcome back at the beginning of the school year. And in doing that, we're basically welcoming kids. We're trying to, or students, we're trying to make it less stressful during registration, during the first day of class. And so we're set up out front with other clubs, and I make phone calls, endless phone calls to restaurants around town, and you know, ask them to give or do a donation of food or something for our students. And while I've never really minded asking, I feel better asking, knowing that we've also given back too, and we're not just saying, give to us.
They become real students sometimes. Christy, when I went to college, I'd never been away from home but a couple of times. There's usually kinfolk. And I was a little wimp, scared to death going off to college. And I worked in the lunchroom when I got there. I mean, you know, I had a job, but it was working. No scholarships. I had to work to do that. And I was scared to death, and I never knew what to ask. What do you think this is the link that those...
This is the missing link, and that's what we do. We are liaisons for our particular students. We ask the questions that they don't necessarily know to ask. And so they feel comfortable coming to us. We have a great rapport. They come to our offices in between classes. We feel that it's not just a program, we feel that it's a family, because we get a chance to actually know the student and to understand the social barriers or the family situations that they have to deal with. And so we try to provide alternatives or any resource that is necessary in order them to get to the next point. And that's for them to be successful academically and for them to obtain their AA and transition into a BS degree program.
Well, you've got some of your students in the studio here, so after this
Yes.
opening segment, we're going to get some up and we're going to ask them some of these questions like this, like, what did you learn about SSS? What information is most valuable to you? They're listening now, so they can get ready for this. What skills have you learned? What are the most fun things you've done since you've been in SSS? So those will be good questions that we'll let them answer. But I appreciate y'all being here. Y'all doing a good job.
Yep. Thank you for having us.
We'll be right back in just a second, and we'll interview those students. We'll be right back. Now we have some students here that's going to talk about the SSS Trio program. When y'all talk about it, y'all use the SSS, right?
Yes.
Trio.
You two? Both?
I normally refer to it as
And
Trio.
who are you?
Dustin Graham.
Dustin? Goodness, I've seen you so much, Dustin. I mean, you do everything on campus. I see you everywhere.
Most people recognize me from the box office.
Oh, well, that too, yes. But everybody doesn't go to the theater. All right, what have you learned from SSS since you've been in there?
The most important thing I learned was about scholarships. Being a returning student who returned in my 30s, I didn't know about the different scholarships, and whenever I first started, I was strictly on Pell and was struggling.
What's Pell?
Pell Grant.
What is that?
Federally funded grant to help students come back to school.
You don't have to pay it back.
Right.
Grant means give you the money.
Yes,
And the
definitely.
government's trying to help you go to school. I didn't mean to interrupt, but there's parents sitting out there that have never been to college and they don't understand that.
Apply. It doesn't matter what it is, apply for it. Scholarships, grants, there's all kinds of funding out there, and my main problem was where I did find the Pell Grant, I did not know about the different scholarships. And when I found Trio, they helped to get me in touch with the correct people. They helped me to apply for the scholarships, told me what I would qualify for, what I wouldn't qualify for, and helped steer me in the correct direction.
So you wouldn't be wasting time on something. Put your time on the ones that you do qualify for.
Definitely.
And it's hard to explain, and I'm looking straight in the camera talking to the people. There's scholarships out there that are never asked for because it's got the standards or the what you qualify for is narrow. But if you're there, sometimes they don't ever give them away. But that's great. And this is who?
Tiara Kimball.
Tiara, I like the way you smile, Tiara.
Thank you.
Now, you did a show when you were a kid one time, didn't you not? A long time ago?
Yeah, I've done a couple shows.
Yeah, I remember your voice now.
Yeah.
All right, what have you learned the most, or what has it done for you?
Well, SSS has brought out like leadership skills in me. Last year I was the president, and before then I would not get up in front of people and talk to people. But after SSS, I was able to get up and give speeches, and also it helped me to realize how much in need our community was, and I was actually able to help, and I enjoyed that part
Well,
of
do
it.
y'all get to turn around and help the new people coming in?
Yes,
So
yes.
it's tutoring on that part of things
Yes,
too, right?
that's why we're here as alumni, to help bring them into the program, get people to join, and also answer any questions that they need.
How many of the kids that y'all have touched since you've actually alumni now, that their parents might not have gone to school? Can anybody answer that one?
I don't know how many. I know that's
Several of them.
one of the ways that you can qualify for TRIO is being a first generation to come into college.
Yeah.
And that was my background.
Did your folks go to college?
No.
Did your
My dad went to a technical school, but not to.
Yeah, but not to college. What about you?
Not till after I started school.
That is good, isn't it? Well, now used to be president of the student body sitting beside me. What is your name?
Tatum Skipper.
Tatum. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Well, good. Now, what have you learned, or what has it done for you?
Well, my main thing is when I first got to college, because my parents didn't go to college either, and I basically had to figure out things on my own because they didn't know either. So I liked being able to go to the same advisor every single time, and my advisor was Miss Christy Mosley, so she had my folder with all of my
She's
stuff.
in charge of this, we got to brag big.
Yeah. She would help me every single time I had a question.
Yeah.
She'd have my paperwork ready. She'd put my classes in and tell me what classes that I needed to be in so I wouldn't be far behind. So I finished my AA degree in 2 years, and now I'm in the bachelor's program for accounting here with Dustin.
Right.
And I'll be done in May. So 4 years, and I got my bachelor's. I'll have my bachelor's
Wow,
degree.
that's pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate y'all being here, and there's some others sitting across the room and practicing what they're going to say.
Yeah.
So I need to rephrase the questions. Folks, you've seen, this is just 3 of them. We got some more across the room. We'll be right back and talking to them. Well, we're back now with some students who are now involved and are still students here at Chipola. Let's start with this one right over here. Who is this?
Tessa Shack.
How do you spell that?
Tessa.
Where did you get that?
I'm not sure actually.
Your mother was watching a wild movie is what it was. You think that's what it was? Has she ever told you that?
No, actually my real name is Carrie and I got that from my grandmother.
Okay. Isn't that great? Well, now, y'all do some things for free. Tours and such. Talk about that a little bit, will you?
We participate in a couple of activities throughout the year. Most of the time they are campus tours, and we use this time to go on into different universities so we can get a feel for what university we would want to transfer to after our 2-year degree here at Chipola College. And a couple of those schools are FSU, Panama City, Valdosta State College, Troy, FAMU, and
I saw a picture with y'all, some of y'all at Florida State.
Yeah.
You were making a face while we were taking that picture in front of that statue or whatever it was. I thought why do you think that they want you to do that?
Just so we can be comfortable with, the campus that we'll be on. The tours, they give us a lot of information, just like how they did throughout high school in TRIO and Talent Search.
What about ball games?
Ball games. Oh yeah, that's the fun part. It's not all business. That's the fun part. We also attend, the football games after the campus tour, so it's not, all work and, all the information is, the good things and the activities that go on their campus that we get to participate in.
I was very poor when I went off to college, and I meant that. I would save a dime till Friday because that's what cokes cost back then. You put it in a machine, and you pull this handle, and it falls out. But how do you afford to go to those games and all that
They
stuff?
are absolutely free.
Whoa, what now?
Free.
Free?
Free
Are
of
you
charge.
kidding me?
Free of charge.
Well, the boy that sponges the most is next. How you doing?
Doing all right, doing all
Now,
right.
what is your last name?
Goodlet, Goodlet.
Where does that come from? Do you know?
Comes from my mom and dad.
I know it, but I know where mine came. Mine came from Ireland and Scotland. Old Reagan was my name. But you've been here at school now how many years?
3. This is 3.
What's your major?
I'm a business major now. I'm in the bachelor's program for business management. I am in the alumni part of TRIO now.
Well, you blow a lot of smoke like I do.
Oh, yeah, all the time.
And you are good. I mean, you do a lot of things with MCing and that sort of stuff. Well, what skills have you learned? You could already promote things. What have you actually learned that you might not have gotten had you not been in the program?
I got a lot more information on, like a lot of other students were talking about, scholarships, grants, things of that nature. I'm a real analytical type of guy. Study. I mean, a lot of people know that about me. So as far as grants and things that are allotted to students in certain situations, I really had no idea about it. I just pressed on and did what I did. But being in TRIO, there was a lot of stuff that I learned. Just for instance, filling out for Pell Grants. I pretty much just handled it myself and turned it in and got it shot back a few different times with financial aid. So, you know, Student Support Services has a seminar where, you know, they bring all of us in and they run through it, and it's almost step by step on how to do it the right way, and you know, it cuts down on a lot of errors.
Did your parents go to college?
No.
Well, how could they help you if they didn't know? My mother went through the 9th grade. I know that was a long time ago, but that's all she had to stop and start working.
Right.
Well, is that what some of this has helped
That's a
you
big
with?
advantage of Student Support Services, because it does go to students who, you know, maybe first generation in the college level, and it provides a lot of information about what to do as far as getting you in college, the right programs, scholarships, how to pay for it, because there's a lot of things as far as just paying for college and books and things like that, and it doesn't stop there. I mean, you can
live.
Yeah, you still have to live, and that's, you know, that's one of the advantages to where, you know, you get a lot of scholarships or you get a lot of grants. That's money that you don't have to pay back. All you got to do is show up in class, do what you're supposed to do, and, you know.
Give it a grade. If you were the teacher of the SSS program, whole program.
Yeah, A+, all the way around, all across the board. A lot of the campus tours that we took, like last year, we went to a lot of different campuses, and there were a lot of great schools. But it also, for someone like me that decided to stay at Chipola, it actually gave me a point of reference to kind of size up Chipola against some of the bigger schools.
So you good decision. Now, who do I have here? And you?
Aaliyah Raines.
Yeah. Now, what have you learned? What do you want to talk about this program?
Well, Trio SSS, basically for me, it helped me a lot, because with me, I grew up in a small town, the Low Sneeds, and there I was the type of person, never went out my way, never talked to nobody. I was a little nerd that, you know, always was in the books. And when I came to Trio, it really helped me. It really, you know, it helped me to learn what I want to do with my life, because I changed my major about 2-3 times, from nursing to like social work, and now I'm a business major. And the first person I ever met was Christy Mosley, and she helped me so much. Right when I went into her office, she had a smile on her face, she introduced herself, and right then I felt very welcome. And it really helped me to open up. I opened up to her, I opened up to Miss Donna, I opened up to Jacques. I mean, it's a great
What kind of grade would you give it?
Oh, like Shereen said, A+ all around.
Well, my wife and I both have college degrees, and we did a poor job of getting ours ready. We'd make them shadow. That's what we called it back in my day, to go to those other schools or go to a business person, whatever they do, a doctor, a lawyer, a businessman, a fisherman, whatever they think they want to do, and let them find out for sure if that's what they want. So would you think that's what makes this all successful, because you can do those things?
Yeah, definitely.
Well, you know, one thing that a lot of people don't really understand is that with Trio and SSS, it's not just a one-time thing. The seminars that we go to, it's just not a one-time event. The tours that we go on is not a one-time event. I remember being in Trio as a 7th grader. Miss Christy Mosley was the very first person who I interacted with from Chipola College, and there we started that. What do you want to do? And it was very small. It started out filling out a paper with your likes, your interests, and the things that you want to do, just to figure out, oh, this is probably what you want to do whenever you get to high school, and this is probably something that you want to do when you get to college. And that transition from 7th grade to 12th grade, and then, you know, we get to, I come and I make a decision to attend Chipola, and here she is, you know, the same person who I've, you know, went through
all this time.
Yes, this whole time. So it's another feeling of comfortableness and knowing that this person has been here this whole time, and she has helped me, and she has, you know, been a part of this organization that has helped us transition so soon.
Well, you speak with authority. You've got. Did you have that?
I did, but being a part of Trio, and, you know, just being a part of other organizations, and, you know, just, you know, being a leader, that is something that, you know, that is required. Yes.
Well, guys, I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Folks, I think we got a couple more students we're going to talk to. These are tremendous things, and if you're sitting there and you're interested in this program for your child, call the college and say, I want to do the SSS, and I'm sure they'll transfer you. But we will be right back to talk to a couple more. We have a couple more students here to talk about our SSS program here at Chipola. Two pretty ladies. Who is this one?
I'm Jackie Dudley.
Jackie, now you used to play basketball at Bluntstown.
I did.
And you were good.
I was.
Why did you come to Chipola?
Because, I mean, I was in trio when I was in middle school and all through high school, and I enjoyed it, so there was no doubt I was going to come to Chipola.
Well, what did they offer you the first time they met with you on the trio? When they met with you, what did they offer you then? What did they tell you to get you in the program?
They just told me that, you know, they was going to always be there to help me through everything. Anytime I had a question, they would always be able to answer it, and if they didn't know what it was, they would find out, and they were always available, so.
Well, the worst thing to do at a college is register.
No.
How does trio help you on that?
We have early registration, so before everybody comes here, we can go ahead, register, get the classes we want, the times we want, so we don't have to be here every day, all day, so it's amazing.
Very good. What else did you do when you were in high school?
I play volleyball.
Volleyball? Were you
Yes.
good at volleyball?
Oh,
basketball?
yes.
You were better at basketball.
Volleyball.
Really?
Oh, yes.
Did y'all beat Sneeds in volleyball?
Oh, gosh. That was a raffle. I'm not going to talk bad about them, but they did beat us.
Yeah, they beat everybody because they got a great program down there.
Yeah.
All right, Miss White. Now, where are you from?
Bluntstown.
And how do you pronounce your first name?
Kirsten.
Get that little K in it.
Yes, sir.
Not Kristen, but Kirsten.
Yes, sir.
Where does that, did your mama, where did she find that name?
I have no idea.
It might be the pretty blue eyes she got. She found that in the book. It said blue eyes, that's the way you said. Well, now you're new.
Yes, sir.
What are you doing? This is your first month or so.
Yes, sir.
When we're videoing this. Now, if they see this in December and January, it ain't be the first month.
Yes, sir.
But why did you want to be an SSS trio?
Well, my best friend Jackie, she's been in it since middle school, and she has constantly told me about the fun things and opportunities that she's had. And she's like, you should join, you should join. I don't know. I guess I'll look into it. Well, I finally did, and I was like, okay, I'll do it. So I joined.
Well, I
and
saw
here I
you
am.
in that on-course class that
Yes, sir.
Kurt McInnes gave, and I videoed that for your department. And I saw you were in there. Well, you were not in it then yet? Was that about the time you joined?
I had just turned my application in that morning.
Yeah, well, that's good.
So.
Well, what do you think how's it going to help you?
Well, it gave me a lot of life lessons for college and for after college. It taught me, good study habits and how to classify myself as a person and to be a leader and everything.
Well, I think you have been a speaker before. Did you win a beauty contest or something?
Yes, sir.
You did?
Yes, sir.
Did you practice? Did they tell you how to talk, or how did you learn that?
I just watched and learned.
Well, in this program, some of the students that's already been here before, you can see they've gained authority and they've gained confidence in that.
Yes, sir.
Were you always outgoing like this?
In middle school, yes. In elementary school, it wasn't until I started doing pageants. Then I
Pageant.
became more outgoing.
Well, what is your major?
Athletic training.
Oh, very good.
Yes, sir.
And you played softball.
Softball and cheerleading.
Were you as good as her in basketball?
I don't know. You can't really compare. It's two
I guess
different
you
sports.
can. Whatever, how many points she scored would be how many home runs you hit. How many home runs did you hit?
None.
None. Hey, there are a lot of
I
players.
wasn't a
in
power
there.
hitter. I was a
You weren't.
contact hitter.
What position did you play?
First base.
Well, you're getting to first base here in this SSS program now. Are you looking forward to, what are some of the things they've talked about earlier that you are looking forward to doing and going and see?
I'm looking forward to going to all the different campuses and the fun runs and everything. I like to help out the community. So.
Yeah. Well, if you're going to be in that athletic side of things, then it'll be good for you to go to all the schools and see which one
Yes,
will
sir.
offer you the most. Well, ladies, I appreciate you talking so well. Thank you.
Thank you.
And anything else you want to say in closing?
No.
But I bet you were very good at basketball. I just know you were good at basketball. Folks, you've seen it right here now. If you're interested in the SSS Trio program, there are people coming to your school to talk about it, but we have it here on campus. For those that started earlier like this one here did, she started way back there, and then she's in it for a long period of time. So if you're listening to this now on the internet or either on TV, and you're interested, call the college and say, I want to talk to somebody in SSS, and I'm sure Christy Mosley will be glad to give you the details. Christy's done a tremendous job with the program. We're real happy with her at Chipola, and she does a good job. But most of all, we appreciate you supporting Chipola College. Thank you.